outer known shirt sold for, I'm trying to show you the brand tag. There we go. Can you see that? Here's the name of the brand. Outer known. I don't know if you can see it. I'll put the brand tag on the screen. I am here doing shipping, and I just listed this a month ago and it already sold. I can't remember what it sold for, so I will put it on the screen. I thought I would share what I'm packaging up. So I talked about in a recent video that I would give you all some Threadup updates for those of you that don't sell on Threadup and you want to learn more about it. I did a whole video literally walking you through A to Z how to sell on Threadup. Like if you're brand new, it's helpful. If you're experienced, it's helpful because I show you what's selling, what you should send in. Let me make sure my mic is on. I swear my mics hate me. In my last video, the USPS Secrets video, that mic is a $400 mic and it was failing me at the end of the video. Thank you to all of you that let me know. I don't know what's going on with the mic situation. This little mic I got on Amazon. It's less than $15 and it has never failed me. So I will link it down below if you're interested. I still haven't received my Ground Advantage stuff, but I have a ton. I'm not exaggerating. I have a ton of shipping supplies, probably a couple hundred here. So I'm fine. I have boxes, I have poly mailers, I have jewelry boxes. So my order should be coming soon. If you haven't seen yesterday's video, I made friends with a USPS worker and she gave me some USPS insider secrets. So if you haven't seen that video, go and check it out. But so Threadup updates. This video is going to be everything in one video. Threadup, Poshmark, eBay, reselling stuff, everything. Number one, they are processing boxes lightning fast. So if you are new to Threadup and you've never heard me talk about it, I've done like 40 or 50 videos on Threadup. I will link it down below. I think in the history of me selling there in 7 years, I've been selling on Threadup for 7 years, by the way, using my, hope my phone doesn't fall. I'm using my stickers. I love those stickers. All that stuff is linked down below. I also will link really affordable shipping supplies. Like if you're still waiting for your Poshmark Ground Advantage, I will link the really cheap shipping supplies. So they are processing stuff super fast, friends. This is going to Oregon, so she should get this really quickly. I'm sending boxes, like for example, they received a box on October 1st and it was processed by October 5th. I have never had a box processed that fast. I will say I am using the premium labels. I only send premium. It's a little bit more in fees. It's like $35 for the whole box, but they process your stuff faster. They return the items that they don't want to sell for free. And I'm also sending them a lot of designer stuff. Like the box I'm going to have my hubby drop off today has some Fendi. It has a couple of like more more obscure high-end clothing brands. And it has a Dior purse in it. So I always do premium. They'll authenticate the premium items. They take a while to list those. So for example, the box that they just processed in 4 days, there are 5 Louis Vuitton purses in that box. They have not processed those. So everything that's not designer got listed. They received it on the 1st, October 1st. They listed all the non-designer stuff in 4 days. And then the designer purses, they are authenticating. They said it'll probably be listed in like 5 to 10 days. They authenticate it and then they do a price evaluation and then it'll get listed. But still, if you're not sending them designer stuff, I don't know, this could just be my case, my location too. I will say I did notice that I wanted to share with you all. My boxes used to go to Georgia. If you are new here, by the way, I am Nikki. Consider subscribing. I upload multiple times a week. I just uploaded 7 videos, 7 days in a row. So I am your girl if you like consistent content, and I'm perfect to put on while you're photographing, listing, because my videos have become longer and longer. And I have been reselling on Poshmark for 6 years, ThredUp for 7 years, eBay for 16 years. So I always say I share the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between about reselling. So if you like that type of content, subscribe. But my stuff, I'm in Los Angeles, used to go, all my boxes went to Georgia. I don't know what changed. I always wondered why they were doing that when they have a warehouse in Arizona, but I didn't know. Maybe it's because it was premium. I don't know. But this last month, everything's going to Arizona, and Arizona is not messing around. They are getting my boxes on a Monday, and things are listed by Friday. Like I said, not everything is listed. Just keep in mind, like if you send them designer stuff, or if you, let's say it's not even designer too. It's like some stuff I sent from like Revolve, they retail for like $200-300. They're like, yeah, that takes a little longer because we go through for any flaws, we authenticate. And so if you ever like send them a box and you're like, wait, everything's not listed that I sent, but they're not returning stuff back, just message them. I always recommend using the chat, because with chat you can get a response right away. And they now have this new AI chat. Oh, there's a lot of ThredUp updates. They now have this chat where it used to be a bot, but now it's like AI. I think it's called Dottie. It's Dottie. And she'll like try to help you, but the answer is never what I want. So all you have to do is type agent, and it'll say, please hold, I'm getting you a human agent. And then it'll say, it takes a couple minutes. Like yesterday I did a chat with them. I am chatting with them a couple times a week, friends. I currently now have 1,000 items listed for sale on ThredUp. So you better believe, and I'm sending them very expensive items, you better believe I am chatting with them multiple times a week. Like I chatted yesterday. I was like, hey, in this kit, there were 5 Louis Vuitton purses. Just wanted to make sure they were received and you're authenticating them because I don't see they were listed. And the agent was like, oh yes, they're being authenticated. Give us like 5 to 10 days and they will be live. And 10 days is lengthy. They're not even taking that long for designer items now. It's usually up in like 3 to 5 days. So I will say, if your stuff goes to Arizona, let me know. Like if you've sent a box recently and it was processed super fast, I just realized I never took my sunglasses off. I just came here directly from the gym. I don't have on any makeup. I figured I just literally came in here to start doing shipping. But if your stuff's going to Arizona, let me know if it's processing as fast as mine, because I've never, in 7 years, I have never had boxes process this fast. And they told me, you know, Arizona, we opened that up to receive boxes from the West Coast because we're getting ready for Q4. You know, it's the biggest shopping season of the year coming up. So if you have ever been thinking about sending stuff to ThredUp, especially what's selling for me right now, and I'll take you in the computer and show you, are gowns, anything new with tags. Anything I'm sending them that's new, it's selling. Shoes, purses, handbags. So if you have anything that maybe is new with tags that you can't move, maybe try sending it there. But watch my video first about how to sell on ThredUp, because everything does not sell equally. Like just because you have a bunch of new with tags Nike doesn't mean you should send it to ThredUp, because they don't price everything up. So I would say if you are new and it's your first box, please go watch that video. It's long, friends. It's an hour long, but you could break it up into parts. But I really break down like what you should send, what you should stay away from, because I don't want to disillusion you and have you think that everything you send to them that's new with the tags is going to make you a lot of money, because it's not. But I'm just giving you like a general, and I'll take you in the computer, like I said, and show you what is really selling. But for me, any type of dress, even summer dresses, I'm filming this in October. I'm still selling summer dresses. My plus size summer dresses are literally selling within a week there. So my designer stuff always sells. I'll take you in my computer and show you what's selling. First sold, and it is giving me a payout of $202. This thing, I don't understand ThredUp's condition, because I would not have listed this as good. I'm grateful this was not returned. I would have listed it as okay. I think they consider that, like, they call it flawed gem or something. It had quite a few scratches on the
leather here in the front. And then the inside was pretty good, pretty clean, but they're not showing. There was like a stain to the top right. This was very big though. And I'm happy with that payout. And this sold in a week. So this is the type of designer stuff I'm sending them. A lot of purses, a lot of clothing. And it's not like well known. All of it's not well known designer stuff. Like I mentioned earlier, some of it is like more obscure designer things, like brands that I've never even heard of. But because of where I live, I talk about this a lot. I am very honest with you all. I feel like I have a very large advantage because I live in a major city where I find a lot of these more obscure brands and designer items that I have never heard of in my life. And I send them to Threadup and they sell for a great profit. So I source a lot of this stuff here locally at my consignment stores. Whenever I mention this, I'll get a couple comments of like, Nikki, can you tell me where that is? Absolutely not. There is a lot I will share with you all. I know a lot of you are local to Southern California and Los Angeles. There are certain things that it just doesn't make smart business sense to tell you where my honey holes are. So I will not be telling you where I source these high-end items, but I will tell you I paid $65 for this authentic Gucci purse, and it is paying me out $200. Well, it paid me yesterday actually, $202. I will take that great profit. So this took a week to sell after they listed it, and it took about a week to get to Threadup. So, and then I have to wait. Remember, handbags used to pay out immediately. So when long ago, if this handbag sold, like when I first started selling on Threadup 7 years ago, when this sold, I would get paid out immediately. It was amazing. Then they changed it to handbags. All handbags were final sale. This was like 5 years ago. And you would get paid once it was delivered. Now, this kind of stinks. They don't pay you out. First of all, now, not all handbags are final sale, which stinks. And so the buyer can return the item. Some handbags are final sale, some aren't. If it's final sale, it would say so, like right under where it says one size tote, it would say final sale. So if it's final sale, once it's delivered, you have to wait the 15-day, it's like 14 or 15-day return window, because Threadup has told me, even though it's final sale, like if someone disputes it and was like, I really don't want it, like it's not in as good of condition as you guys said, then they can technically return it, like if the customer fights enough. So you have to wait after the 15-day window to get paid. So you see how they've changed their policies. And it's not as great as it used to be for the seller. It's great if you're a buyer because, you know, you have a chance, even if something's final sale. For those of you that shop on Threadup, I do occasionally source there. Even if something says final sale, if you fight them enough, they will return your money. So it's good for a buyer. It's just not as great as it used to be for a seller. Because like I said, like I think it was even 6 years ago, once this sold and it was delivered, I would immediately get the $200 into my account. Now it has to sell, be delivered, and Threadup has the slowest shipping sometimes for customers. Then I have to wait 15 days for it to pay out. So it's a little bit longer, but you know what? I always say the reason I keep selling there is because I'm not photographing, I'm not listing, I'm not doing customer service, I'm not storing these items. And almost 99% of the designer items I send to them, even if they are flawed, they sell. So that's why I keep doing what I'm doing. And that's why I have really been focusing these last 2 years on sending them like mid-range to higher end items only. On my TikTok and my Instagram, because I had never heard of this brand before. I know it's a little small. I tried to zoom in. Let me see if I can zoom in more so I can show you like up close. There we go. Oh, by the way, here's like a bread and butter item I send to them. Any Calvin Klein pieces I find that are not plus size, I will send to them. And I only pick up Calvin Klein at the Goodwill outlet or on $2 day. We have $2 day here every Saturday here in Los Angeles. So I don't pay up for it, but I have mixed in Calvin Klein with like my higher end stuff that I'm sending because it covers the fees. So I paid $2 for this. It sold for $48.74 and it gave me a payout of $11.47. Let me show you the breakdown here. So if you are listening to me and you're not looking at the screen, it might be a good time to look just for a second because it shows you the breakdown. And this is why over the years I have switched to sending more like mid-range to higher end items, because ThredUp has drastically changed their payout structure. So for items that are not like designer, luxury, or higher priced items, you make such a small percentage. And don't forget, buyers can use discounts, they can use coupons, and if you don't use the premium label, there is no amount that they can't take off of that item. Like they could literally use an 80% off coupon. When you use the premium label, the max discount they can use is 20%. So the item was 40, sorry, my phone is going off per usual. The item was $48.74. The buyer used a 20% off coupon, and so I get 29.4% of that sale after the 20%, which leaves me with $11.47. Now, like I said, back when ThredUp was the golden boy of reselling, the payout structure for even like more bread and butter items was so much higher, friends. Those of you that have been selling there for as long as I have, you know that. The payouts have drastically dropped for bread and butter things like Calvin Klein. I don't even want to like lump in J. Crew and Banana Republic because I actually still make pretty good profit selling those there. But think like fast fashion stuff, just in my opinion, it's not worth sending unless it's like a filler item. So that's why I use them to like cover the $35 fee for the kit, and then everything else is profit. So $2 into $11.47. It's not great, but again, I didn't photograph it, I didn't list it, I didn't store it, and it's covering the fees. But I did want to talk about this one because I found this on $2 Day. It sold, let me scroll up, it sold for $100. This was, I'm like 99% sure it's dead stock because it was new with the tags, but the tags look so vintage. Like they literally look like it was from 1992, like very, very vintage. Lena Gabrielle, never heard of it, sold for $100. Then, you know, because it's a premium kit, I'm using the premium label, they cannot discount it. The buyer can't use anything more than a 20% off coupon, which they always do. So my earnings rate was 61% because it sold for that higher base price, and I got paid $54.35, and I paid $2 for this. Could I have sold this for more myself? Maybe, but it would not have sold this fast. This sold in 4 days, friends. It was listed on 9/25 and it sold by 9/29. And I've already been paid out. So I am very happy with that. So these are the types of things I'm sending them. I'm sending them very designer items. I am sending them, you know, more affordable items to kind of fill out the kit, as I like to say, to cover the fees. And then more obscure things that I've just never heard of, never seen, but I know they're special. And if I can get them for $2 and make a $52 profit, you better believe I'm going to do it. When I say I understand that I have an advantage to where I live, I thrifted both of these dresses. I thrifted them on $2 Day, friends. I will say, I don't think, oh, what did I do? Oh, I clicked the item. This thing had 92 likes. Oh my goodness. I don't know that I've ever found Badgley Mishka on $2 Day. I do find it thrifting, but I do not find it on $2 Day. They're usually like full price, and my thrift stores mark this brand up, especially a gown or dress like this. These are both kind of like summer dresses. They usually mark it like 20, 30. I found a Badgley Mishka dress at Goodwill yesterday for $45. And honestly, I was considering picking it up, but I just was like, maybe this will go on sale at least to like 20, like 50% off. I didn't want to pay that. And it wasn't in the best condition. But so this is what I'm talking about when I say I understand that I have an advantage based on where I live, because I find things like this. I will say I don't usually find them on $2 Day, but I do find Misa Los Angeles and Badgley Mishka. I do find it quite a bit. So I cannot sell Badgley Mishka dresses for this much money. And if I do, they sit for years. So this is why I say if you have any gowns, dresses, maxi dresses that are like mid-range to high-end brands, try sending it to ThredUp. see what they price it at, maybe, edit the price. I did. They didn't have this priced at $199. I think they originally priced it at $99, and I was like, absolutely not. I put that price up to $199 and it sold in 2 weeks. So you can see here, look at the base price. It was $199 and the person didn't even use a 20% off coupon, which is surprising. They usually do. And my earnings rate is basically 80%. So the higher you can price your items, the more, the higher price items you send to ThredUp, the more money you make. So I know I keep repeating this, but especially for those of you that are new, I don't want you to think that you can send a box of Misguided and Boohoo and new tags like Shein and make a bunch of money. You can't. It has to be these more expensive retail items. So just keeping it real, friends, like I always do. Subscribe if you like the reality of reselling. I always say I share the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between about reselling on this channel, except my honey holes. I'm not going to share that with you, but I share a lot. And so I just like to be honest, because I know a lot of you are like messaging me and commenting like, oh, Nikki, I'm going to be sending my first box. And I'm like, please watch my Threadup videos before you do. So anywho, this Misa dress, they did use a 20% off coupon. I got 60% and I made $54.35. Now, I know those of you that are new to ThredUp, you're like, Nikki, they took 40%. But I have to keep repeating this, that for someone like me who is a part-time reseller, who has a full-time job, I love the fact that they take all of the work for me. I'm not photographing, I'm not listing. I got to do the fun part of reselling. I sourced it. And then all I had to do was box it up. So I know they take a lot, but they're doing most of the legwork and I get to do the fun part of sourcing it. So I'm happy with $2 into 54. And you better believe I'm happy with $2 into 159. I will say these are not normal. Like usually like this dress, I would have to pay like 10 to 15. And this dress, I'd probably, if I was, paying normal pricing at my thrift stores, like $30 to $40. So I think that was just luck. And of course, it was the day I was not filming. I had my 4-year-old with me and he was talking a mile a minute and I was going to try to film, but then he was like, well, mommy, I told you all, I think I told you all this maybe a couple months ago that I let them watch these Spanish videos. It's like Spanish English teaching for toddlers. And so whenever he gets antsy and I just want to shop really quickly because I know I'm on borrowed time, I don't thrift with my children very often. I just give him my phone. He's like, well, if we're going to go thrifting, can I just watch my Spanish videos? I'm like, sure. So I didn't even have my phone to film, but this was a great thrifting day. So subscribe if you like these type of updates, you like the reality of reselling, because I am here multiple times a week. This is day 8. In 8 days, I've uploaded 7 videos. So I am very consistent. I love doing YouTube. I don't make a ton of money. I barely make any money doing this, but well, let me not say this. I will say this 2025 is the first year on this channel that I'm making somewhat decent income from YouTube. And if you go back and look at my first videos on this channel, I think I've had this channel for 5 or 6 years. So like the first 3 years of this channel, I made absolutely no money. I literally do this because I love it. I even love editing the videos. I just like helping you all and showing you what's working in my business, and also a little selfishness. I like to document the process of my reselling business and how things are going. So if you enjoyed and you appreciate transparency, consider subscribing. Not consider, just do it, okay? It's free. Bye.